Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's UFC 269 fight week. I usually try to do more streams when we're coming up on a big event. Had some free time. There's a bunch of news coming out lately. Plus, we got the card coming up. So I figured I'd do a random live stream today. We got UFC 269. Talk about the predictions. Released every single one of my UFC 269 prediction videos that I'm going to do. There's a lot of talk about Jose Aldo being the GOAT, not being the GOAT. Of course, and I know people are going to ask about this, so I put it in the title anyway. Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul, too. I really have no desire to talk about this, but I'm going to trash it a little bit just because I enjoy doing that very, very much anyway. So we'll talk about that as well. And whatever questions you guys come up with as well. So hopefully everything sounds good. We will see here in a second. I'm checking this out. It looks like everything is good. But yeah, I did my UFC 269 prediction videos. Let me pull this up real quick. We got Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier prediction. I released it earlier today, this afternoon. We got Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena prediction, which is also out. I hope everything sounds right. It looks like everything's working right. I got the chat up there. As well as all last week. I mean, I knew I was doing a lot of full breakdown and prediction videos. So I also have Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibbio prediction out. Kai Kara France versus Cody Garbrandt prediction is out as well. O'Malley versus Julianna Pena prediction out. We can talk about Sean O'Malley and what's next for him if he wins or if he loses. My nose is itching really bad, like it always does during these streams for some reason. I got to trim my mustache up, I guess. Dan Iga versus Josh Emmett. I don't know if a lot of people are doing prediction videos for that fight. Let me make sure everything is okay here. And also Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz. So I have a bunch of UFC 269 prediction videos. If you have not gone and watched those yet, do me a favor after this stream, go and watch those. I think this is the first, maybe this might be the first time. Hold on a second. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. This may be the first time that I've ever done a stream on Monday. Let me X out of this. I usually go live every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. But this is the first time I've ever gone live on a Monday, I believe. I've been trying to mess around with some different times lately, and just to mess around with different things. And I did a couple late streams. I think it was last week or the week before. Was it last week? I think it was the week before. Near Thanksgiving, and people liked some of the little bit later streams. So this is a little bit later than I really. It's a little bit later than I normally do a stream on, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's talk about UFC 269 to begin with. So I'm going to go over my predictions. Not super in depth. Obviously, I still want you guys to go watch those prediction videos. But as far as Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz, I went with Pedro Munoz with that one. I just think Pedro Munoz really is just, I just think the time has kind of passed Dominic Cruz by. And, you know, I think Dominic Cruz, because he's shown he can take some time off, look bad, come back, and look like an absolute savage. But this time I just don't trust it. Pedro Munoz has great leg kicks, and I think he's going to come out and chop Dominic Cruz's legs, limit that mobility, and outstrike him. Yusuf, no, you have not missed anything. I just started up. I was having a little bit of, I was kind of cruising around on the channel trying to figure out certain things. But nope, you have not missed anything. I really just started. You know, I've been up for like 3 minutes, I think. Sean Johnson, what's going on? Yeah, I think this is my first ever Monday stream. I like streaming more when we have a big fight card coming up because there's so much to dissect, and that's what I was getting into here about Dominic Cruz and Pedro Munoz. And I'm kind of going to briefly go through the UFC 269 prediction videos. But I hope you guys go check out each one of those UFC 269 predictions individually. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit on the stream, and I want to get your guys' picks for the fights. Sean Johnson, YouTube was try until now. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. I try to do these, you know, not crazy. I'm not trying to do them every single day, but especially when we got a big fight card coming up. I love getting on here, live streaming and talking to you guys about the different fights. Hey, what's up, little one? And he says, French fries, I hope you're here too. I'm sure French fries will be here. Actually, I'm going to go post a message in the Discord chat right now. Let me go see. I'm live now. I'll post in the Discord chat, which French fries will see, as well as Fight Life Nation and a few others who are part of the members only Discord. Go post that so they can see that, just in case, you know, YouTube's kind of wonky with notifications and stuff like that. That's why it always takes a minute for people to join some of these live streams, because, you know, I think I have like 400. No, I don't even know. I have a few hundred people with notifications on, and everyone's always joining saying, I didn't get a notification. What the hell? But let's start off. We'll go through the entire UFC 269 card, actually. And let's see what you guys have to say. Even the ones I didn't do prediction videos for. Any real notable fight. And Sean, we can go through it. And we can see what you think as well. So let's start off with Ryan Hall versus Derrick Minner. It's stacked. I'm hoping everything stays together. I'm hoping everything stays together as well. Let's start off with Ryan Hall versus Derrick Minner. Who are you picking, Sean, in that fight? I think I'm going to go Ryan Hall. But that's a tough fight to pick, and I can't... Like, I remember some of Derrick Minner's fights, and he's super durable, but I can't remember him too vividly. So it's really hard for me to make a pick on that fight without doing a little bit more research. Usually when I make picks, I kind of... it's Kuchera, I think is her name. Priscilla Kuchera. She's coming in over a win over Gina Mazna. Damn, she has 3 losses in a row at one point. But I usually look up the Tapology when I'm looking for the fight. Got to go Ryan Hall after Derrick lost to Elkins. Yep. And then Andre Munez, Aaron Blanksfield. No, I'm skipping over fights now. Alex Perez versus Matt Schnell. I am going to go Alex Perez. I'm a big believer in Alex Perez. I think he's an elite level flyweight. He's had a lot of fights canceled. He's supposed to fight Matt Schnell about 36 times already. His last loss was the Davison Figueroa. He looked good in that fight up until he got submitted. It was still in the first round. But he looked good in that fight. He's looked good against Jussier Formiga. I'm going Alex Perez on that one. We'll get a little bit more detailed when we move up to more of the notable fights. And I'll even put polls. I'll even put polls in the chat when we get to some of the more when we get to some more of the notable fights here in a second. So it looks like most of you guys are going with Alex Perez as well. I just think he's so well-rounded and so good. By the way, guys, if you have not liked the stream yet, do me a favor and like the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Helps the channel grow. Helps this live stream get pushed out to more people. So I greatly appreciate it if you can just take a second and click the like button. Matt is up and down. Inconsistent would be an underdog upset. F. Jimmy Crute. What's up, Joey? What's going on with Fight Life? I hope you're doing well. GOAT has Alex Perez as well. Yeah, I'm confident in Alex Perez on that one. Aaron Blanksfield versus Miranda Maverick. I'll probably go Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick on that one. I think she's just a little bit better. She does have that loss to Macy Barber in her last fight. I don't know. Guys. I don't remember that fight too well, so it's hard for me to pick. You know what? I'm going to go Aaron Blanchfield. I can't pick anyone that's lost to Macy Barber. Her last loss was Aaron Blanchfield. Yeah, I got to do a little bit more research on this one, but I'll go Blanchfield. I can't pick anyone that's coming off a loss to Macy Barber who's a bum, in my opinion. Let's move up. I don't really care about that fight too much anyway. Andre Munez versus Eric Anders. Yeah, I don't remember. It was a split decision. I don't remember how close it was or how it should have been scored or anything like that. It's been so long. That's one thing. That's one hard thing about doing these MMA channel. Everyone, I know a lot of people get on here and they pretend like they know every single thing about every fighter. I'm just like you guys. I can't remember every single fight, every single fighter. I do my best. And also when I do these videos, I do research, watch the most recent fights or some fights that I deem irrelevant to get a better grasp on what I'm picking. So we got Andre Munez versus Eric Anders. I think Eric Anders is super durable, but honestly, he's just a punching bag. He's coming off that big win over Darian Stewart. Uh, I think Andre Munez probably gets this one done. I just don't. I don't trust Eric Anders to ever get on a 2-fight win streak. Honestly, to be quite honest. Let's see. By the way, guys, we are almost to 1,600 subscribers. We are at 1,576 subscribers. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Macy didn't win that fight. Robbery of the year. Apparently, Blanksfield was one of the best prospects in the sport. Maverick got robbed versus Barber. But even the fact that it was that close. That Souza sub was the best of the year. That was nasty. That submission was nasty. Any new opponents for Hamzat? No, there has not been. Everyone is a bum at 125. Valentina needs some motivation. I mean, the women's divisions outside of strawweight are looking very lackluster right now, guys, in my opinion. Moving up the card. I'm going Andre Munez on that one. You guys seem to be going Munez. Bruno Silva versus Jordan Wright. Ugh, I don't know about this one. 2-fight UFC win streak, and then 6-fight win streak overall for Bruno Silva. I'm looking at Tapology right now. This is a tough one to pick. Lost to Joaquin Buckley. I don't know who I'm going to pick on that one. That one's a tough one, honestly. I will probably go Bruno Silva, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. The Beverly Hills Ninja. Oh, that's Jordan Wright, lol. Santos and Firat are good prospects. And I think Firat just got a new opponent. I don't remember. She got her next fight. Every time Wright fights, I tune in. Oh, I knew you were upset about Jeremiah Wells being canceled, huh? So I'm going Bruno Silva in that one. Augusto Sakai versus Tai Tulavasa. I thought about doing a breakdown and prediction for that, but then I decided not to. It's just, there were so many fights to do prediction videos for. Why do it for that one? You know what I mean? By the way, guys, I don't know if you saw in the community tab, but I officially have 250,000 views on the channel. That is 250,000 views. That's just absolutely insane to me. I don't know how that happened, but thank you guys for tuning in to the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Firat versus Jessica I. Bro, I was so bummed when Wells didn't fight. I know, and it got canceled the day of. As soon as I saw the news, I thought of you. I thought of you, Sean. Brendan Shaw, best MMA analyst and comedian ever. Okay. No, that's a good one. Who in here has already watched the Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier prediction video? Did you guys enjoy it? Was it too long? I try not to make the videos too long, but I try to get everything that I think out within the video. And I know it was a little bit longer of a prediction video. It was about 17 minutes. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope, I left some stuff out, honestly. After I ended it, I was like, man, I had more to say about this fight, but I didn't want to make the video too long. Because I know how it can be sometimes when a video is just dragging on forever. And I'm trying to, keep the retention up and, stuff like that. Keep the video it being, decent to watch without feeling like it goes on forever. I hope Tai gets a KO versus Sakai. I don't know. I posted it this afternoon. So just comment on it when you watch it. Let me know how you feel about it. Was it too long? Was it too short? Was it just right? Was it perfect? You have to let me know later, Sean. But Augusto Sakai versus Tai Tulavasa. I really don't trust either one of these guys. Ty's coming in on 2 losses. He was finished by Overeem in round 5 and finished by Jairzinho Rosenstrike at the end of round 1. It's hard to believe that was all the way back in June. That doesn't feel like that long ago that the fight happened. Tai Tulavasa is coming in. Let's see what he's got here. Win streaks, but not the greatest win streak. I mean, Greg Hardy, Harry Hunsucker, Stefan Struve. I'm going Augusto Sakai in that fight. Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz, which was one I talked about when I started the stream. I started talking about that. I was going to start from there. But then we decided to go a little bit deeper on the card. If Silva wins, he will have to get by Sky Lolo to move up a class per Dana. Okay, I don't know what that means. Once Joey hits 1 million, he will do a Shoey live. No, I will not. I will never do that. That's disgusting, and I don't even like seeing it. Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz. This is where we're actually going to get in. I'm going to post some polls in the chat for you guys to vote on. I'm genuinely curious to see who you guys got. Why does it keep holding messages for reviews? I don't get that. So I'm going to post a poll in the chat. Who are you picking? Dom Cruz, Pedro Munoz. Go vote in the poll in the chat. I really think, and I encourage you guys to go watch the full breakdown and prediction for this fight. I want you to watch all my UFC 269 prediction videos. I worked hard on them, spent a lot of time on them, so I hope you guys go watch them, like them. It'll help grow the channel a bit. My channel always grows significantly around a big fight week, so hoping to pick up a couple hundred subscribers or so in the next week or so, between, you know, the prediction videos and then the post-fight. We're going to do a live post-fight at UFC 269. But, hold on one second. But, so for the Pedro Munoz-Dominic Cruz fight, I am going Pedro Munoz. I just can't believe in Dominic Cruz anymore. I know he may come out and look like the elite of the elite. He does sometimes come in off a long layoff and look really good. But it's hard for me to trust him. I think Pedro Munoz is going to come out and chop those legs. I think there is a chance that Dominic Cruz could surprise me. But right now, I think that Dominic Cruz in his prime versus Pedro Munoz, I think Pedro Munoz is a tailor-made matchup for Dominic Cruz, but I don't think Dominic Cruz is in his prime anymore. It's hard to gauge. He was out for so long. He comes back on short notice, fights Henry Cejudo. So it's hard to gauge him there. And then he fights Casey Kenny, who's kind of on the come up. Wasn't that great of a performance by either guy in that fight. So it's really hard to really predict that fight. But I'm going Pedro Munoz. It seems like most of you guys are picking Pedro Munoz in that fight. If you haven't voted, go vote in the poll. I'm personally going with Pedro Munoz. I give a longer explanation than that, but I just think Pedro Munoz is going to be able to chop those legs. I think he's super durable. I think he's going to limit Cruz's mobility with the legs, with the leg kicks, and then going to land with the hands. And Munoz has an iron chin. This guy will walk you down, has great cardio. He's not going to get exhausted. Now, again, if this was Cruz in his prime, I think Cruz absolutely outclasses him. But this is not Cruz in his prime. So I'm going Munoz in that one. That is on the prelims, guys. That is on the prelims, which is just insane to me. All right, I'm going to end this poll. 71% is picking Munoz. Honestly, I think Charles can get it done on the feet. So freaking technical and a nasty left hook, and Dustin gets cracked with it a lot. Yeah, I talk about the left hook in the prediction video. Charles has a picture-perfect left hook. That's what he finished Chandler with. He's used it in a lot of fights, and every time he comes out, he looks better. Leg kicks will play a big factor. TJ versus Aldo next. That is the fight that I want next. I think TJ versus Aldo next makes perfect sense. We'll talk about that in a minute after we get through UFC 269. I think Cruz isn't the same fighter he used to be, but Munoz is a gatekeeper at best. I think Munoz is criminally underrated, to be honest. I think he's the top guy, but I think he'll never be champion. This is similar to Dom versus DJ. Pedro too small for him. Go to 125. I don't know. For the loser of Charles versus Dustin, what do you think the title path would be for either one? They'd have to string together quite a few wins. I mean, there's a backlog of contenders. Justin Gaethje, Beneil Dariush, Islam Makhachev. Probably 2 wins, spectacular wins. What's up? Hey, Joey, good evening, man. What's up beside you? Thank you for tuning into the stream. Guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor. Click the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Run up the likes on the stream. I really do appreciate it. It helps push it out to more people. Do you know Bellator champion Yaroslav Amosov? I saw announce of his fight with Michael Venom Page. Also, I thought Page will have a trilogy with Lima. Who will win, please? I did not see that fight was announced, but Yaroslav is absolutely going to dominate Michael Venom Page if he gets him down, which I believe he will. But Page has that flashy striking. But I don't think Page has a chance. I mean, I'll review it, and I'll probably do a prediction video for that fight because I really like that fight. I thought they should have done a trilogy. I thought Lima got robbed in that last fight. But Yaroslav Amosov is so good. He was able to just take down, who was it? What was his last fight? Who was his last fight against? I can't remember. I actually did a fight companion for it, or a fight watch along for it, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Douglas Lima. Yeah, it was Lima. Okay. So he was able to take down Lima and hold him down. And Lima's been able to out-grapple Michael Venom Page. So I think Lima wins that fight with relative ease. Analytics. Okay. Does Pedro cause Yan any problems? No, I don't think Pedro causes Yan any problems. Yan's too technical, has great footwork. I think he just moves out of the way and outstrikes him. Josh Emmett, fire. Down by easy win. Munoz couldn't get it on Aldo. Cruz will keep it on him. We'll see. The footwork could play a factor. But I think that the leg kicks are going to add up for Cruz and slow him down. Just like Henry Cejudo was chopping those legs. Pedro Munoz has some of the best leg kicks in the game. Corey versus Font next. I think that makes the most sense, and I would love to see that fight. Your analysis is bang on the target. Dana White said Khamzat fight will be made this week. Any ideas? Thank you. I can't pronounce the name, but thank you very much, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the analysis. I hope you've been watching the prediction videos. Khamzat fight will be made this week. Who will it be against? It's got to be Gilbert Burns, right? I mean, I don't know if the UFC wants that. I would say it's either Gilbert Burns or Neil Magny. Gilbert Burns or Neil Magny. Neil Magny's been begging for that fight. I don't think Gilbert Burns would turn down a fight. So I'm going to go Khamzat Chimaev will fight either Gilbert Burns in January or Neil Magny in January. What's up, MMA Joey? Been down for a minute trying to catch up with the videos. Thank you. Keep out. Thank you for watching the videos. I greatly appreciate it. Ribas versus Watterson thoughts. I think Ribas outstrikes her. Michelle Waterson is overhyped. I did put that in the description. I want to talk about. That's a great fight. I mean, I like the matchup there. But I just think Ribas is just far superior on the feet, especially with the hands. Michelle Waterson has great kicks. But I think Amanda Ribas outstrikes her. I think she has better jiu-jitsu. Maybe Michelle Waterson can take her down, but I think Ribas has really good jiu-jitsu as well. Are you interested in JP versus Woodley 2? Absolutely not. I put it in the title. It was announced today. I know people were going to ask me about it. I have no interest in these freak show fights. I'm happy that everyone's making money. Woodley can make money. Paul can make money. It's great. But this is just a circus sideshow. For me, what makes me interested in this sport is having some of the best fighters fight some of the best fighters and see who can come out on top. For me, that's no more than, Paul versus Woodley is no more than a celebrity boxing match. And it just happens to have a former MMA fighter. I'm never going to be big on these freak shows. Some of them compel me more than others, but I will never, ever buy a pay-per-view with one of these freak show matchups. I get it that it garners interest, but for me, I'd rather watch Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz any day over Jake Paul versus Woodley. And I think it's disgusting the way the media just feast on this stuff. They are so desperate to drive attention to anything. They just won't stop talking about it. It's almost like you know, just anything that'll garner clicks for him, you know. And I know maybe that's hypocritical of me because I have it in my title or whatever, but you know, these guys will just write an article or post a video every time Jake Paul or Woodley tweets something out or posts something on Instagram. They will make nothing but content off of nothing just because. I mean, you'll see regular old YouTubers do it. You'll see, you know, this isn't a regular old YouTuber, but you'll see somebody like Chael Sonnen, who somebody will tweet something out. Hamzat will tweet something out, and Chael Sonnen will go make 8 videos about it. They'll all be about 3 minutes each and have an intro and outro and ad in it. It's disgusting. I hate the way that anybody that covers MMA or combat sports in general will feast on these type of circus fights. But at the same time, I have no problem with these guys making money. I wish everyone in the world to make as much money as possible. So, you know, I'm not trying to shit on it too much, but it's just not my cup of tea. It's not something I'm interested in. And Woodley, honestly, as a former MMA champ, should be ashamed of himself. The way he begged for this fight and pleaded and got some tattoo on his fingers saying, "I love Jake Paul," or whatever he did. I think he's embarrassment. I think he's probably going to go out there and embarrass himself again. And then also, Woodley, how many times, whether it be MMA or these boxing matches, how many times have Woodley said, "I'm going to go out and let my hands go"? How many times have we heard that? I mean, at this point, it's disgusting. I'm tired of hearing it. I literally never want to hear Woodley in an interview ever again. I avoid all content. I don't click on any videos. I don't click on any articles that are supporting these type of ludicrous circus show fights that are just money grabs. You know, basically getting, you know, clicks from, you know, 14-year-old boys is what I imagine this to be. So it is what it is. Again, happy everyone's making money, but not my cup of tea. I will not be watching. If something crazy happens, of course, I'll look up the replay on YouTube or something like that and just check it out. But for me, I'm not putting, you know, when I see something that disgusts me, whether it be in MMA, you know, I was disgusted when the UFC was going to book Brock Lesnar versus DC for the heavyweight belt. You know, or there's been other things that have disgusted me among matchmaking in the UFC or other organizations. The best way to counteract that, there's 2 things. One, you don't ever talk about it no matter what. So I'm breaking my own rule right here. But I've talked about it in the past saying I'll briefly touch on it like one time and then I really won't talk about it much anymore because I just don't like discussing it. But the second thing is you vote with your dollars. I will not be buying that. I will not be supporting it in any way. I will not be talking about it in any, you know, super, you know, I won't be talking about it often at all. You know, this is going to be the one time I probably address it, maybe, you know, here and there for a few seconds, but just not for me. Is what it is. Happy those guys are making money. Let's move on. I had Dom up 2-0 on Henry before the knee. I don't remember, but I do remember it being an early stoppage. Sean Brady versus Hamzat, I think it's made. I would absolutely love Sean Brady versus Hamzat. Do you think Luque makes more sense for Hamzat because Gilbert is ranked 2, I think? I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to see Hamzat fight anyone top ranked. Woodley's definitely ruined his resume. Facts, Joey. Thank you. What do you think of Kevin Lee's chances at gold and other promotions? I think Kevin Lee is one of these guys, and I don't know if it's a training issue or what, but sometimes he comes out and he looks like he's the elite of the elite. He looks like he can compete with the very best guys in MMA, and other times he doesn't. I don't know if it's a motivation issue in training, training camps, this and that. He jumped around to a few different camps. I don't know, you know, at lightweight in PFL. Who's the lightweight champ in PFL? I don't remember now. It's slipped my mind. Rosh Manfio is the lightweight champ. I think Kevin Lee could probably beat him. But if Kevin Lee's competing at welterweight, I don't see him beating guys at welterweight at Bellator. I don't see him beating guys at, you know, even PFL. Rory McDonald, I don't see him beating guys like that in welterweight. But at lightweight, I think he could get gold at PFL. But it all depends on what Kevin Lee shows up. And even at lightweight in Bellator, I think, you know, he could be a big star for Bellator, which I'm going to get to this question that Pities and SDI just posed down here. I think he could perform well in Bellator. which pities and STI said Bellator is not interested in Kevin Lee. Bellator has slowly become a joke of an organization. They were doing nothing but signing UFC has-beens for a long time. And when I say UFC has-beens, I don't mean guys who are on losing streaks and get cut from the UFC. I mean these old-ass guys who used to be popular way back in the day. They'll sign them for a couple freak show fights. Chael Sonnen did not belong, has been. Just a million different guys. You can name them. And then you get guys like Yoel Romero, who they signed, but they said, and I know that kind of is the old ass guy, but he's still an elite competitor. Then you get guys like Yoel Romero, who they said they weren't interested in, and then they signed him, and now they're saying they're not interested in Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee could be a massive star for Bellator. Kevin Lee is relevant. Kevin Lee is an elite competitor when he wants to be. So I think that's a promotional malpractice for Bellator. Shout out Luke Thomas. I know he used to say that. I used to call his live chat back that. I used to watch it back in the day. But I just don't get it. So they're willing to sign guys like Kimbo Slice and Dada 5000 and Rampage, who looks like he's 9 months pregnant. All these guys who are literally so far out of their prime, you're worried about watching them fight. They got like a 50-year-old Fedor out there fighting bums, and they're not willing to sign a young, talented guy in Kevin Lee. Bellator is eventually going to run itself into the ground, I believe, and eventually it will probably be no more. Honestly, they make constant bad decisions, so I don't get it at all. I think it's disgusting. I think if I was Bellator, I'd be jumping on Kevin Lee, Early predictions, Jared Cannonier versus Derek Brunson. I'll probably go Cannonier. Actually, let's get back. We were moving up the UFC 269 card, and then I got sidetracked by the questions trying to catch up in the chat. Also, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, we started a members-only Discord. We also have a bunch of custom emojis, custom loyalty badges. I also always post behind-the-scenes stuff, let you guys know what videos are coming in the next days or whatever. But the one thing I'm most interested in, and a couple guys, it was their idea to start it, a members-only Discord. We will be messaging there live on Fight Night UFC 269 during the fights. I will not be streaming. I'll be doing a live stream post-fight, but we'll be able to message back and forth while the fights are going on during UFC 269. I'm really excited for it. If you become a member, you automatically get access to the members-only Discord. And even if one day you're not a member, you will always be a part of the members-only Discord. Once you become a member one time, you're always there. So if you want to sign up to be a member, the link is in the description. Or if you're on desktop, I think there's a big join button next to the subscribe button. It's not much. It's just a way to support the channel. I'll always be adding extra benefits here and there. I think eventually when I grow the channel and have many more subscribers, I'll probably do some members-only live streams, but that'll be a while down the road. But right now, I'm really excited to discuss UFC 269. It's an awesome way to be able to message back and forth. You'll be able to message me directly, request videos and stuff like that. So if you want to become a member, the link is in the description. Let's go back to the UFC 269 fight card. We'll move up to Josh Emmett versus Dan Iga. I'll go Dan Iga. I just don't trust Josh Emmett right now. I think he has good power, but I think Dan Iga is just more technical. I think Dan Iga is faster. I think Dan Iga's fought better competition. I think this is a really tough fight to pick, but I believe that Dan Iga will get it done. I'm going to post another poll in the chat. Who is going to win? Emmett. Let me make sure I'm spelling that right, honestly. Oh, yep, I did. Or Iga. Go vote in the poll. Are you picking Emmett or Iga? Besides you, thank you for posting the members only emojis. Greatly appreciate you. I was down for by the way, early prediction for Cannonier, Derek Brunson. I'm going to go Cannonier. I think Cannonier is going to be able to stuff the takedowns and beat up Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson has some of the worst striking on the feet I've ever seen. He's able to, damn, it's windy as hell outside. I hear the wind just roaring behind me right now. I think Derek Brunson gets away with his sloppy striking because he takes guys down and beats them up. But I think it's probably going to end with Cannonier. But I think Derek Brunson can legitimately win that fight as well. I was down for DC versus Brock. I had no desire to see that fight. I watched Street Beefs and shit like that. Yeah, I'm not into that. I mean, occasionally here and there, depending on something, somebody will send me something, but nah. Bellator's been a joke. I've been caught on their bullshit. Yeah, I used to like Bellator when they used to stick to their tournaments, and I'm happy they're doing that bantamweight tournament. But with other stuff, they've just been annoying. Why do you think UFC wants Rashad Evans to fight in their promotion? I have no idea. I'm honestly disgusted with that. Rashad Evans, how old is Rashad Evans now? And he's been so shitty for so long. I mean, I don't think he has a decent win since like 2013. Let's take a look. I remember his last big win was against Chael Sonnen and PED King. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight losses. 2 of them via KO. He lost to Sam Alvey. He has a Sam Alvey loss. And Sam Alvey's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight losing streak. I guess technically not because he has a draw thrown in there. But yeah, he lost to Sam Alvey via decision not that long ago. I mean, it was a decent time ago, but I have no idea why they want Rashad Evans in their promotion. Disgusting. Let's see what you guys are voting in the poll. It looks like, yeah, guys, go vote in the poll. Who are you picking, Emmett or Iga? Emmett or Iga? Let me know who you're picking and how. Obviously, I don't have there. You can put it in the chat who you're picking. But I'm going Iga. I just think he's faster. More technical in general. And I think Iga gets the job done. I'm actually fairly confident in that prediction, but that is a tough fight. We're 60-40 right now, Emmett. Brazil champ. Charles Oliveira is Tony Ferguson Jr. He will smash El Diamond. I think it's Damente or something like that. I think he calls himself. But yeah, I don't understand why Eagle FC wants Rashad Evans. Meanwhile, they're trying to start up a promotion that's not a good foot to start on. I think that's trash. Okay. Looks like we're going to go 50-50. If someone wants to break the tie, vote Emmett or Ige. So let me know who you're picking. If someone wants to go break that tie in the poll, I would greatly appreciate it. Then we'll go on to the next fight. Sean O'Malley versus Julianna Pena. Josh is very good wrestling. He uses it as defense more than offense. If Ige tries to pressure Josh, he will get clipped. And if he lets Josh control the center, I think Josh wins the fight. We'll see, man. I think Ige has decent enough defensive wrestling. I think Emmett's just going to get... I mean, Emmett's striking... Ige's so much faster on the feet. I know Emmett has power, but I think Ige can handle it, and I think Ige's going to win this fight. I think it's a fun fight, though, for sure. I think it's going to be good no matter what. I think it's a highly underrated fight on UFC 269. So it looks like 57 of you guys is going with Emmett. 43 going with Ige. Oh, it went to 50-50 right as I ended it. Someone broke it and made it a tie. So it's 50-50 on that fight. I think that's realistic to how the fight, how my perception of the fight. I think it's a very close fight. Moving up the card, Sean O'Malley versus Julianna Pena. I'm going Sean O'Malley. I think Julianna Pena was handpicked to get beat up by Sean O'Malley. Julianna Pena's fought the majority of his UFC career at flyweight. I think he's too small. I think O'Malley's a weight bully borderline at bantamweight. I think O'Malley has the far superior striking. Unless Piva comes out there and just starts chopping O'Malley's legs really badly and ends up getting him stretchered out like Marlon Vera did, I just don't see Julianna Pena having a chance to win that fight. I think Sean O'Malley stops him via TKO, probably in the first or second round. I don't remember what my official prediction was. I need to start writing down when I go really specific predictions. But I'm going O'Malley, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Let's see what you... I mean, I think... I'm not even going to do a poll for that one. Everyone's going to be picking O'Malley. We know that. I'm picking him as well. I don't think Julianna Pena has a chance. Unless O'Malley gasses himself out, honestly. If he gasses himself out, we could see something. I knew beside you was going to be O'Malley. How would Islam versus Charles go, in your opinion? Very, very interesting fight. I hope we get to see that, honestly. I don't know who I would pick. Because I wonder, is Islam going to try to take him down, or is he going to be worried about the submission? I think Islam, right now, gun to my head, Islam, I don't know, man. Because if Islam's confident in his jiu-jitsu, I think he could take Oliveira down and beat him up on the ground. But I don't know if he's going to be too worried about getting submitted. I think Charles Oliveira submits him. I'm going to say Charles Oliveira submits him because Oliveira's the far superior striker than Islam. Islam's going to try to take him down and get submitted, maybe guillotined. So there's my prediction. Moving up the card, Kai Kara France versus Cody Garbrandt. Look like Rosha Shaq has the same thing. I think Charles rips him to pieces on the feet, subs him on the ground. That was my analysis before you even sent that message. So there you go. We think alike. So Kai Kara France versus Cody Garbrandt. Unless this cut for Cody Garbrandt takes a drastic toll on him, I think Cody Garbrandt should win this fight with ease. I'm a little bit worried about his chin moving down to 125. We've seen TJ was chinny at 125 against Henry Cejudo. But I'm going Cody Garbrandt. I don't think Kai Kara France is that good. I think he gets he's overrated for whatever reason. Let me look what the Tapology community is picking on that one out of curiosity. What are the odds on this one, honestly? All right, Cody's a slight favorite. Yeah, I think Cody's going to win that fight, and I'm fairly confident in that. I think Cody's going to win that fight, and I'm very, very confident. Let's see. I hope Cody gets the dub, but I have him losing it. I don't think so, but the weight cut could be a big factor. That's why I mentioned also he didn't look the right way, in his last fight against Rob Font. I got Kai Kara France. I'm gonna give you my opinion about YouTube channels who want people to join to get content. It pisses me off. I hate it, and no money. ESPN Plus is $4.99 a month, and you want $3. You're dreaming, bro. I'll send super chats sometimes, but I'll never join any YouTube channel. YouTube is free. Don't be pissed. I love the channel, but I'll never join. Hey, man, you don't have to. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to join. You don't have to join. It's just an extra thing to do. That's why I mention it. And there's extra benefits. It's not like I'm not still doing videos that you can clearly watch for free. It's just an extra way to support the channel. Regardless, it's not like, I don't appreciate everyone joining these live streams and watching the videos and liking the videos. It's just an extra way to support the channel. You get extra benefits, and that's it. So I appreciate everyone who is a member. I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys seem to like all the benefits that it gives, and there will only be more in the future. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's the great thing about this channel. I don't ever, I try to keep this community very civil when it comes to MMA. And I don't think I'm dreaming because we have plenty. I think we have... I don't know. I don't know how many we have right now, but we have over 15, I believe 15 members right now, something like that. This fluctuates a little bit because some people have canceled and then rejoin, stuff like that. But there's plenty of people who enjoy it. There's plenty of people who enjoy the custom emojis. Let me actually put this up on the channel right now. If you want to become a member, custom emojis, custom loyalty badges. I post a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, videos that I'm working on. Yeah, and ESPN Plus, is it $4.99? I thought it was $6.99, by the way, also. Pitties and SDI, thank you for being a member. Pitties is already on the Discord chat. So I post what videos I'm working on. I post pictures of my MMA memorabilia. But again, that's just an extra thing. If you really like the channel, you really want to support the channel, and these extra benefits, let me get rid of this notification on my iPad here. And if you really want these extra benefits, it's just a quick $3 to support the channel. And everyone who does it, I greatly appreciate you. But regardless of that, anyone who comes to the live stream, anyone who watches the videos on the channel, I appreciate you guys regardless. But let's see. Going to be fun. You think Cody will win, but he will have... let me see what we're saying here. Hold on. I would have loved if someone would have joined to be a member right then too, by the way. That would have been hilarious. But again, I respect everyone's opinion. There's nothing anybody can ever say to me on here that's going to get me uptight. I mean, seriously. So appreciate you giving your opinion, but agree to disagree on that one. Going to be fun. You think Cody will win, but he will have a very tough night. I don't think it's going to be a tough win. The only thing I'm worried about is Cody's weight cut. I watch your videos. I hit the like button and comment. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Rockage vs. Yan going to be the first event outside of Apex Fight Night. We will see. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about that. Whoa, we got a badass over here. Hilarious. Where do we get ESPN Plus for $4.99? Exactly. Yeah, it's $6.99. It's $5.99 for me. I don't remember. So just in respect to what Heights said, not trying to change his mind, but the point of being a creator is to make money. Joining channel is just another form of revenue. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just another form of revenue. And it's just a small thing. And then you get extra benefits that, I'm sure Fight Life Nation, you like to support the channel, but also we have plenty of fun talking in the Discord chat. You get to see what videos I'm working on. I post behind the scenes stuff. You got to see that I had this microphone a week or so before I actually set it up and everything and had it on the channel. But it's not like I'm holding a gun to anyone's head and forcing them to join up. It's just something where monthly you have members, and also I love the custom emojis. So, hell, Joe, why is Clay Guida still winning fights? I have no idea. That fight should have been stopped. He should have lost. I have no idea. I have no idea. But he's going to continue to win. He's super gritty, super durable. It's no pressure thing. Joey's always super cool to me, and I can't afford it due to medical, but it's my favorite channel. Yeah, exactly. It's not like I'm mad at anyone for not joining. It's just another revenue thing. And you get these extra benefits. So you really like the channel, you want these extra benefits, you can sign up. If not, you don't have to. I mean, think about all this content you get for free all the time. You know what I mean? That I work hours on making all these prediction videos for literal free. I just started this channel. It is what it is. It's not like I'm trying to get rich off of it, but it's something that helps make the hours that I was up till like 3 a.m. last night making prediction videos. But it just helps make it a little bit more worth it. And eventually I plan on growing this channel so big. I want to get, in a couple years, I want to be over 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully I can, you guys have no idea how much content that I will make if I can do this 100% full time. You have no idea how much content I will be able to make. I support guys who make content I enjoy watching. Thank you, Fight Life Nation. I greatly appreciate your support, man. You've been supporting the channel for a while. You've been here for a while, and I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for being a member. Whose striking do you think is better, Yan or Rockage? Without a doubt, Rockage. I think Rockage I wanted to make a video, but I was working on prediction videos last week. When this fight was announced, I wanted to make a video on it, but then we talked about it in live stream, so then I ended up never making a video on it. Didn't have time. I think Rockage is absolutely going to go out there and wreck Yan in every aspect. I think Rockage, bigger, stronger, better grappling, better wrestling, better takedowns, better striking, bigger, stronger. I think I already said that. I think he wrecks him. I love your channel. You know that. Thank you. The videos are enjoyable to listen to in the background while at work. That is just insane to me. Rorschach, thank you for watching the videos, man. I know how it is. I mean, I watch YouTube as well, and I'll listen in the background. And it's cool to be able to listen to something in the background and really enjoy it. So I'm happy that you're enjoying my videos enough that you're at work, watching my videos. So it's awesome. Will you see a change in MMA scoring system in the next 5 years? That is an interesting question. I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever see a MMA scoring change, at least not for a very long time. I mean, I'm apprehensive about it, and I hate the current scoring system, but it just works. It just works. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think we'll see a scoring system change. I think it'll always be 10-8. What do you do for full time? I understand if you'd rather not say, but I'm curious. I will tell. Aren't you part of the members only Discord? I'll tell you on there. I've answered it before, but I will tell you in the members only Discord. I'm glad you're not offended. No offense. I'm glad you're not offended. No offense intended. I just thought I'd share my opinion. Okay, no offense taken, my friend. Would a big fighter that's in a promotion currently get popped for gear change your mind on them? Would a big fighter that's in a promotion currently getting popped for gear? Of course, anyone that pops positive for any type of banned substance, it immediately makes you change your mind on them a little bit. So it's annoying. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, Julianna Pena has been selling her fight with Amanda for me. Have you seen the countdown? Have not watched the countdown. I watched the Oliveira and Poirier section of the countdown, but have not watched the Amanda Nunes. What did you think about the destruction of Horiguchi? I had a live stream during this event, man. My reaction was insane. Horiguchi was winning every second of that fight until he got spinning back KO'd. It was absolutely insane. He's a full-time porn star. Just finished a stint on Bang Bros. Check it out. Yep. That's what Fight Life Nation. I told you that in the Discord chat, man. That was private, but I'll just leave the message up now. 10-9 must system is awful. I feel like if we had judges who were more or less applying it in the correct manner, it wouldn't be that bad. But I think we need to adjust the judges more than we need to adjust the scoring system. If the judges just did a good job, I don't think we'd even be complaining about the scoring system. Joey, what's your favorite beer? I think I've actually told you guys this on the channel before. I don't drink and never have drank ever. I drink water and sweet tea and some Gatorade sometimes. That's it. I don't drink any alcohol. Never have. So I don't have a favorite beer, my friend. So I know I seen him on there. Dude, it was insane. That spinning back fist KO was absolutely insanity. Absolutely insanity. And I don't know, man. Horiguchi is an elite level fighter. Just wrong place, wrong time. Wrong place, wrong time. Yusuf says favorite food. Now we're really getting off topic. Favorite food. Either chicken or steak. Chicken or steak. I love eating Chick-fil-A. I went to as you guys know in the members only Discord chat Fight Life. The other day I went to Fogo de Chao or Fogo de Chão, however you pronounce it. All you can eat steak. It's an amazing restaurant. Was very, very delicious. I got to go back there again soon. I've only been there a few times in my life, and it is just awesome. I mean, they just bring around all these delicious cuts of meat. Great food. No whiskey or wine. Nope, nothing. I love Julianna Pena. I've watched her since Tough. I thought she would give Rousey her toughest challenge. She's gonna get brutalized Saturday night. Yeah, see, I've watched Julianna Pena for a while, but I just don't think she's good. I never have thought she was good. I always thought Amanda Nunes would be the one to stop Rousey. Obviously, she eventually did, but Holly Holm got to her first. But I was never a big believer in Julianna Pena, and I mean the fight win versus Sarah McMahon was not all that impressive. Do you think Cruz will have anything to offer Munoz on Saturday? I think if the odds are crazy, I would bet on Cruz. But just based off my prediction, no. But I think there's a chance because we don't know what Cruz is going to show up. Cruz has been out for a while in the past, came back and absolutely wrecked guys like Takeo Mitsugaki, beats TJ Dillashaw after like a 2-year layoff. But then his last fight wasn't that impressive against Casey Kenny, but maybe he came in partially injured. Even though I picked Munoz, and I think Munoz is going to win the fight, I could foresee a scenario where Cruz comes out there, looks like old Cruz. And if Cruz even looks like, I think I said this in my prediction video, if Cruz even looks like a shell of himself, or not a shell of himself, like 50, 70% of his former self, I think he wins the fight. I think Cruz closer to his prime. Pedro Munoz is an absolute easy fight where Cruz just dances around, outstrikes him. I would go Cruz by decision if I was picking Cruz. Big Rocker Johnson, I'm going to UFC 269. That's insane, my friend. I wish I was going. That's awesome. I got Neil, Amanda, and Dustin. Speaking of that, let's keep moving up the card. I got sidetracked again. Let's see. Let's do a poll real quick for Cody Garbrandt. Who is going to win? Cody Garbrandt. Kai. Kara. Is it Kai? Kara. France. All right, guys, go vote in the poll. And also, guys, if you haven't liked the stream already, do me a favor and like the stream. I greatly appreciate it. It helps push it out to more people, grow the channel. We also now have notifications on screen when people subscribe to the channel publicly, when people donate via Super Chat, and also when people become members, and they all have MMA gifts. I can't wait for the next time someone signs up for a membership. It is my favorite MMA gift. So it will pop up on the screen next time we have someone sign up for a membership during a live stream. Let's see what you guys are voting. Cody Garbrandt or Kai Kara France. Looks like the majority of you guys are going with Cody Garbrandt. But Big Rocker Johnson, man, that's awesome going to 269. I'm so happy for you. Have a good time, all right? Have a good time. That does suck that Masvidal versus Leon was scrapped. That does suck. It's a downer. It's a little bit of a downer, but it's still a very solid card from the perspective of hardcore fans. You know, and even casuals. I mean, the main event's amazing. But all the way down to the prelims, it's just an amazing fight card. Looks like most people are picking Cody Garbrandt. If you want to vote in the poll, I'll give it another like 15 seconds. You can vote in the poll live in the chat. And guys, thank you. If you've submitted a single question today, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I actually have the chat up here on my thing. Let me get rid of that. But I have an iPad set up now so I can read the chat. Oh, Pity's an STI. Thank you so much. It should pop up. Look at that. You like that right there? Thank you for the $10 super chat, my friend. Pity's an STI, man. You've been a supporter of the channel for a long time. I greatly appreciate that very, very much, man. Everything pretty much goes back into the channel. Everything goes back into the channel. You guys see this upgrade right here. You've seen the Conor McGregor gift right there. Even though I'm not a big, huge fan of Conor, I thought that was the perfect gift for the super chat. I can't wait for someone to sign up for a membership, because the membership gift that I set up to pop up on screen with the alert box now is amazing. But Pity's an STI. Thank you so much for the super chat. Seems like 72% picked Cody Garbrandt. 27% picked Kai Kara France. Pity's an STI, man. You're the man. By the way, guys, I will be doing a live stream UFC 269 post-fight. So make sure you join me right here live immediately following UFC 269. I will schedule it on the channel. Poirier will prove to us on Saturday that he is the 4th best lightweight of all time after Khabib, BJ, and Oliveira. We'll see. We'll see. I think he has a great resume. I think he's definitely in the top 5. So I agree with you on that. First time in Vegas. I really want to go to Las Vegas for a UFC fight. I'm not a big gambler or anything, but I really want to go for a fight. I thought about going for this one. It's just so damn expensive. So damn expensive. Charles Jourdain versus Andre Uel. Where is that at? What fight card is that on, my friend? Let me take a look. See, I'm just going to Google it real quick. That's not on 269, I don't believe. When did that get announced? That's okay. That's on December 18th. That's on December 18th. Let me look that up. That is the Derrick Lewis Dawkins card. Let's pull it up. Charles Jourdain. I'm wondering who I'm picking in that fight. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. That is a hard fight to pick, honestly. Charles Jourdain. I got to look up his most recent fights. Coming off that loss to Julian Erosa. Before that, really no solid wins. Doi Ho Choi forever ago. No solid wins on his resume. Andre Uel. 2-fight losing streak. Julio Arce got finished. I'll probably go Charles Jourdain, honestly. I'll probably go Charles Jourdain in that fight, if that's what you're asking. I'll have to do some more research when the fight comes up closer. Let's see. Do fans get a slight refund if it falls out? No, they do not. Yeah, my friend that is coming with me is bummed that Masvidal isn't fighting, but I was telling him the card is insane. Yeah, it's still an insane card, man. I would love to be there for that card. Tell your friend to stay home. I'll take that extra ticket. I'll take that extra ticket. Either Cody looks great at 125 or he gets chinned by Cara France. I agree with that statement 100%. I agree with that statement 100%. My first time going to Vegas was because of UFC 2, bro. That Big Rocker Johnson, which UFC event? Yeah. I mean, I've been to 3 UFC events now. I've never been to Vegas, though. That's the next one I want to go to. UFC 239, Jones versus Santos. I seen Masvidal KO Ben Askren. It was insane. I did the fan experience before the fight and met Tony Ferguson, Jack Hermanson, Kevin Lee, and Anthony Smith. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. That is amazing, honestly. Amazing. What's up, French fries? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to go, I think, was it Fight Life Nation said he was thinking about going to UFC 270? Fight Life Nation, are you still in here? I'm going to ask you a quick question. We talked about potential additions to the card because the card's a little bit bare right now. If they added a Nate Diaz fight, regardless of who it's against, would you be more willing to put out money for the tickets? My mustache is itching so bad. I want to shave this thing off. But now my beard and my mustache are basically my trademark. You guys wouldn't recognize me if I shaved it all off now, so I got to keep it all. By the way, Pitties and STI, thanks again for the super chat, man. You've been a long-time supporter of the channel, and you don't know how much it means to me. Appreciate you very much for the super chat yet again. Always coming through. Look, you basically pay for this shirt at this point. It says feeling festive. I'm a big SpongeBob fan, as you guys can tell. I wear a SpongeBob shirt in like every prediction video, it seems like. So let's keep going. Do you think Pale Orc will be able to defeat the well-rounded Dan Iga? No, I think Dan Iga wins that fight. I think Dan Iga is younger. I think faster. I think he's the better striker. And I think he wins the fight. I think the leg kicks are going to play a big factor. Will Charles Oliveira have his dyed hair? I think he will have the blonde hair for sure. Name me fights you think will happen next year that aren't being discussed. Okay. Let me go look at the UFC rankings real quick and I will tell you. Let's see. I'm just going to pull out random guys. And you know, no, I still haven't watched those, man. I've been meaning to. I believe we will see Rob Font versus Corey Sandhagen. I think we will see Merab Dvalishvili. Hold on. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Dvalishvili, I believe is how you pronounce it. I pronounce everything wrong, it seems like. Let me see what this is. Okay. Apparently it was nothing. So I think we'll see Rob Font versus Corey Sandhagen. Merab Dvalishvili versus... I don't know who he's going to fight, man. There's not a lot of options for him right now. He's on a winning streak unless they match him up with a loser. Maybe the winner of Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz. Hold on a second. It's like always like I'm sitting here for too long in the same position. I gotta adjust a little bit. Other fights that are not being discussed. I hope we will see Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. I'd love to see. No, he's already got a fight. Let's take a look at lightweight. I'll say Gregor Gillespie versus Tony Ferguson. No. Gregor Gillespie versus Rafael dos Anjos. Hamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns, maybe. I hope we don't see Jose Aldo versus Merab if TJ sits out. I just seen that message there. I don't know if it exactly said that. I'll read the messages in a minute. Keep the questions coming, guys. Keep the questions coming. I'm just looking through and trying to come up with fights that aren't being talked about right now, thanks to Yusuf. Great question, Yusuf. Great question. Maybe Brandon Moreno versus Piotr Jan. Maybe he beats Davison Figueroa again. He says, I want to go to bantamweight. I want to go to bantamweight. Let's see. Let's take a look. See. Lightweight division. I'm really hoping we see Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz. I badly want to see that fight. I think we see Hamzat versus Neil Magny or Hamzat versus Gilbert Burns. But who knows? Maybe the UFC throws us a curveball and remakes Hamzat versus Leon Edwards. The fight that wasn't meant to be. I'll say we'll see. Maybe we'll see Adesanya versus Yuri Prohaska. Maybe Prohaska beats Glover in May. Adesanya beats Whitaker in February. Summer 2022. Israel Adesanya versus Yuri Prohaska for the light heavyweight title. I'll throw that one out there. And we will see in 2022 John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. They're my best guesses. There's some random matches for you. Let's see. Keep the questions coming, guys. Keep the questions coming. Yes, I will believe Charles Oliveira will have the blonde hair. And guys, if I ever miss your question, because sometimes I'm reading down this list, I might accidentally skip over a question. Just send it again. Don't spam it, but just send it like twice and I should see it. UFC 270 is definitely going to get another big fight. It's just a matter of what. I agree 100%. Bro, you still haven't watched? No, I have not. What do you think about Rashad Evans coming out of retirement? Disgusting. He hasn't had a good win since 2013. And I mean, he lost to Sam Alvey. Enough said. He should not be fighting. I'm disgusted. Habib's always talking, saying things about certain fighters who were losing this and that. And I guess he's trying to build his organization, but Rashad Evans should not be still competing in MMA. Will you be happy with Cejudo versus Aldo next year? I would love that fight. That fight was supposed to happen for the title in 2020, but it did not. So I would love to see it get ran back. Or actually happen now, not ran back. That's crazy, bro. Max is my favorite fighter, and I must see him live at least once. UFC 218 is one of my favorite cards of all time. You're lucky, Big Rocker Johnson. Yeah, he is. That's an awesome fight card to go to. Will the UFC let TJ sit out rather than fight Aldo? I hope not. But maybe. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's liable to happen? If Charlie Olives gets the W on Saturday, do you think MMA fans will push for Habib's return? I know he's committed to his retirement, but that'd be a super interesting matchup. I kid you not, Soothsayer Weatherman. I have been dreaming, and I wish I had a YouTube channel because I would point you to the video I said it to. I have been dreaming about a Charles Oliveira versus Habib Nurmagomedov matchup for literally like 2 years now. Before even Charles Oliveira was well respected. When people ask me about Habib, friends, casuals, whoever, for the last few years or whatever, there was 2 matchups I wanted to see for Habib Nurmagomedov. That was Charles Oliveira and Brian Ortega. I thought they were very interesting matchups. I know that's a totally 2 random matchups, especially at the time, but the jiu-jitsu threat off their backs, I would love to see against Habib. And Habib Nurmagomedov versus Charles Oliveira is #1 dream fight of mine. So maybe that people will push for it, but I don't think he's ever coming back. What's up, Joey Steen? This is the first time seeing you in the live stream. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you being a part of the channel. Appreciate your support. If Sean beats Piva, he should call out Aldo or Font. Both can happen, but there's clearly a better matchup style-wise for them. Yeah, I don't think he's calling those guys out. Give me Sean. This is 100% me being biased. Give me Sean O'Malley versus Merab if Sean wins this Saturday. Merab versus Chito on the fight night main event would make sense. Very true. Do you think Aldo can get the TJ fight on pay-per-view? Think that's the only way he can win? I don't know, man. He won the 4th and 5. He won the 4th and 5th fight against Rob Font round versus Rob Font. And arguably lost the first round was could have go either way because Aldo lost the entire round but then rocked him at the end, so it's up for debate. But 3-round Aldo, I think, fights differently than 5-round Aldo. So if I'm Aldo's team, I campaign to fight TJ for 3 rounds. So hopefully he can. I'd like to see that on the pay-per-view, but I think the UFC makes that an ESPN main event. Joey, talk to us about Ortega. What do you think? I mean, the hype that was on this guy was immense. I was always a big believer in Ortega. The jiu-jitsu threat combined with the striking improvements, I think he can still do big things and maybe eventually be a champion, but he's just taken so much damage at this point. I think he needs to take some serious time off after the last fight. Volkanovski just beat the living shit out of him. It was a back and forth, super competitive fight, but I still believe there's a bright future for Brian Ortega. The jiu-jitsu that he has is amazing. The ability to snatch up submissions, just like at a snap of a finger, just locking up a submission. That guillotine that he had on Volkanovski was so tight, this close to getting a stoppage in that fight. And I really believe that Ortega has the skills to be champ, but he just needs to improve the striking a little bit, especially the defensive striking. And if he can do that, I think that he can become champion one day. But it's so tough when you have a guy like Volkanovski and Max Holloway just prowling the division. Very, very hard. What do you percentage Glover submitting Yuri? 30%. I think 30%. I think Glover could take him down. Yuri takedown defense is a little bit of a question mark right now. And Glover's just so durable, so strong on top. I think he could eventually get Yuri down and submit him. So I'll say 30%. Do you see Chito called for his Aldo rematch? I did not see that at all. No, where did I lose that at? I did not see that call out at all. I have no desire to see that. Aldo beat him pretty handily. I'm not ready to see that rematch. If Nate doesn't fight next month, I am convinced they do Nate versus Conor when Conor is back. Apparently John Kavanaugh was on I think he was on Ariel Helwani show today, and he said he wants to see Nate Diaz trilogy or Tony Ferguson, which I love both those fights. I personally wanted to see Nate versus Tony. Winner could fight Conor on his return, because I don't want to see Nate or Tony sitting out till next summer. Who do you have? Dustin versus Justin and Charles versus Justin. Dustin versus Justin has already taken place and Dustin won. But I think with a little bit of adjustments, I think Justin Gaethje wins that fight. Charles versus Justin, you guys have heard me say this many, many times. I think Justin Gaethje is the absolute toughest matchup for Charles Oliveira. And I know people are looking at the Khabib fight and they're saying, look how Khabib was able to take him down and dominate him and submit him. Let me just be clear. I'm 100% on the Oliveira hype train. But Oliveira has nowhere near the takedown ability of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Maybe Oliveira has the jiu-jitsu advantage, but getting to the takedown and those entries within the takedown are very, very hard. And Justin Gaethje, I know he looked like a baby, but that's Khabib Nurmagomedov, a class of his own as far as takedown ability. I think it's a tough fight to pick. I may change my mind, but right now I would probably go Justin. But if Charles Oliveira gets one takedown, it's over. Charles Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is amazing. What about you guys? Who do you favor in Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje? Who do you got? I'm going to do a poll of that. Who wins this fight? Charlie Olives, Justin Gaethje. I hope I spelled that right. Guys, go vote in that poll for me. I'm curious because that's a tough fight to pick right there. Ortega versus Bryce would be a crazy war stylistically. I think Ortega beats Bryce with ease, honestly. I'm not high on Bryce at all. What cartoons, TV shows did you grow up with a kid? SpongeBob, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Rugrats. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Street Sharks. I remember as a little kid watching Street Sharks. But guys, go vote in the poll for me. Who are you picking, Charlie Olives or Justin Gaethje? I lean slightly Justin Gaethje, but I'm on the Charlie Olives hype train. I have been for a long, long time. And I just want to know what you guys think. So go vote in the poll. Guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor and like the stream. It takes 2 seconds to like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps it push it out to more people. So thank you so much if you can do that. it looks like it's pretty even. Justin Gaethje has a slight edge right now on 54% to 46% for Olives. So it looks like people are kind of with me. It's a hard decision to make. I could see myself flipping back and forth on this one. So I'm happy to see what you guys are choosing. I'm going to leave that up for a minute. Absolutely, Sean. Barboza will have trouble with the grappling of Bryce Mitchell. I don't think so at all. I think Barboza beats the brakes off of him. Amanda Ribas versus Michelle Waterson. I think Amanda Ribas is better mostly everywhere. I think Amanda Ribas beats Michelle Waterson. I think Michelle Waterson gets a little bit too much hype. I don't know where that comes from. I don't think she's this elite level fighter by any means. I think Amanda Ribas goes and beats her up on the feet. That's just my thoughts. That is just my thoughts. Let me pull this up real quick. By the way, guys, we're going to continue to go through UFC 269 here in a minute. Damn, there's so many messages here that I'm falling behind on. I'm falling behind, guys, but keep the messages coming. This is when I love doing the live stream is the most. When there's just constant questions, true or false questions, whatever questions you guys have, just put them in the live stream. This is a very rare random Monday live stream. I'll still be doing my weekly Wednesday live chat. So you guys can join me there 6 p.m. Eastern. But as long as I keep getting questions here, I'll continue to do this. Facts, me bro too. Stop makes fights. If you want to challenge a wrestler, they must fight a BJJ guy. I think Arnold Allen versus TKZ should like the UK card. Makes sense. Conor was the most challenging fight for Khabib. Love him or hate him. I don't necessarily believe that. Maybe it was the hardest on the way it played out. But I mean, he went through it with relative ease. People say the third round he lost, but he was toying with him in the third round. The fight was relatively easy. He just didn't get the stoppage as early. I think he would have submitted him had it not been for an illegal knee early in the fight. Will Till vs. Hawes co-main event since it's rumored to be on the card? They'll probably make that the main event. By the way, you forgot to mention Aldo is at least top 5 GOAT. Yeah, I have that in the title. I think Jose Aldo is one of the greatest fighters of all time. And hot take, I think he is higher on the GOAT list, in my personal GOAT list. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Higher on the GOAT list than Khabib Nurmagomedov. For me, sustained dominance over a long, extended period of time should be taken more into account than a very good run. And I know that Khabib, people are going to say, what are you talking about? Khabib went 30-0. But you really condense his career down to his UFC career. Fought, 4 to 5 really good guys. Where Jose Aldo's been competing at the top level since his WEC days, far longer than Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib defended his title a few times and then kind of dipped off. I think Khabib is still one of the top GOATs, but I think Jose Aldo beats him. And I know people think that's some kind of hot take, but the sustained dominance of Jose Aldo competing with the elite of the elite for such a long time, that I just have to go with Jose Aldo on that one. If I'm Glover, I'm shooting for the takedown in the first 15 seconds. Agreed. Close to Tony Ferguson getting. Let's go. Sure. What's the dark horse's less talked about fight on UFC 269 that you're really excited about and we should keep an eye on? I am really, 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 really excited for the Pedro Munoz Dominic Cruz fight, which I feel like nobody's talking about. And I'm also really excited for the Josh Emmett versus Dan Iga fight. Both those fights are on the prelims. I like those fights, and I think both those fights are far superior to Sean O'Malley versus Julianna Pena. Also, I'm really going to enjoy the Alex Perez Matt Schnell fight. I think Alex Perez is one of the elite at flyweight, and I can't wait to see how he does in that fight. So I think there's 3 matchups. But honestly, you look at the entire card, Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly should be a fun one. Costa's always in fun fights. Ryan Hall returns against Derrick Minner, another great fight. So even a lot of the prelims are just so good on this card. I mean, this is a very solid card, especially for the hardcores. We have a 50-50 vote on Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. I'm about to end the poll. If you haven't voted yet, please go vote. I'm going to catch up to the questions in a minute. Who's heavyweight champ by the end of next year? I will say a wild card, John Jones. Strikers beat BJJ guys. That's why I'm going with Dustin and Justin to beat Charles. But they lose to Islam, and Islam has his toughest fight against Charles and Dariush. And he's fighting Dariush next. That's what I love about that. He's fighting Dariush next. We have a 50-50. Someone's breaking the tie right now. By the way, guys, we have 25 people in here. We only have 16 likes. So if you're one of those people who haven't clicked the like button yet, just do me that favor and just go click it. How do you think Ortega would do moving up to 155 and Aldo O'Malley moving up to 145? How do you think Ortega would do moving up to 155 and Aldo O'Malley moving up to 45? I think Aldo is still very competitive at featherweight, but I just don't think he ever beats Max Holloway. Max Holloway has too much volume. If Max Holloway was in that 4th round against Jose Aldo last week, he would have beat the brakes off of him and finished him. So I think O'Malley gets destroyed at 145. I think O'Malley loses to Volkanovski, Max, Brian Ortega, Yair, Chan Sung Jung, Calvin Kattar, Arnold Allen, pretty much everybody in the top 10. What was the other one? Ortega moving up to 55. Ooh. Ortega moving up to 55. I think he can be competitive. I just think he'd be too undersized for guys like Islam, Benil, Justin Gaethje, Dustin, and, especially Charles Oliveira, who has the jiu-jitsu skills to defend the submission attempts of Brian Ortega. So, we will see, but I mean, maybe we'll see, but I doubt it. Charles striking has come a long way, though. Yeah, I think Charles Oliveira striking, and I've talked about this in many videos. I talked about this before the Michael Chandler fight for Charles Oliveira. Every single time this guy comes out to fight, he is better and better. He improves every single time. There's guys you see just stagnating through their careers. They have not changed for 4 or 5 years. Miesha Tate is one of them. I know that's a weird example, but she just fought recently. She's not changed. She's been the same fighter, If anything, she's regressed. Charles Oliveira, every time he comes out, he looks better and better. So it looks like just barely people are picking Justin Gaethje over Charlie Olives. Diego versus Garbrandt is such an underrated scrap. Should have a lot of scrambles. When is that fight happening? That's a great fight. I can't wait to see where Garbrandt fits into the division. Islam versus Dariush is a perfect matchup. We got to give the UFC credit. They give us the fights that you give us almost always make sense. I love that fight, and I think that's the fight that makes the most sense. Guys, I am so far behind on the chat right now. Do you remember Dexter's Laboratory? Yes. Nice shirt. Thank you, Ginge. Feeling festive right here. Feeling festive. Michelle Waterson gets hyped because of her looks. That's it. I do believe that's something that happens in women's MMA, where just because of looks, for some reason, people gravitate to them. I mean, look at Paige Van Zandt. Just because she's not butt-ass ugly, people pretend like she was some world beater. She was a bum. She was always a bum. And look at her now. The only reason she has her job at bare knuckle boxing is because people think she's attractive, which is weird. It's combat sports. Should not be that way at all. Michelle Watt. Okay, what do you think of cage grabbing like in the Aldo and Usman fight? I think referees should be penalizing them more often for intentional fouls, and then I think it would stop. Just like the NFL, when they wanted to get rid of helmet-to-helmet hits, they started throwing penalty flags. And little do you know, all of a sudden, the heavy hits eventually started to stop. It took a little bit, but it eventually worked. So start penalizing these guys for grabbing the cage. If they grab the cage, stop the fight, make them go to their back, and put the fighter who would have took them down on top of them. It annoys the shit out of me. It happens all the time, and it drives me nuts. Courage the Cowardly Dog was scary. Yes, he was. Do you remember King Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog? If not, look up King Ramses. He kind of reminds me of Charles Oliveira a little bit with the blonde hair. Khabib only had 3 title defenses, not even that good. Agreed. He's still a GOAT. I think he's probably the best lightweight of all time. But Jose Aldo has far superior accolades, in my opinion, and the sustained dominance is what most important to me. Didn't stick around long enough. Yeah, GOAT in all terms, but in GOAT in lightweight, I think he's there. Like 1 fight against Conor is equal to 3 title defenses. I don't think that. I don't think so. I don't think that at all. No, I don't agree with that. Lean out the ride. I think he's still probably the greatest lightweight of all time. But I think there's other guys that beat him in the overall GOAT discussion. I just voted 100%. I just like, sorry, I forgot, unless you remind me. Thanks, brother. How the fighter became champion, how early, etc. Damir Imavov versus Bobby Green, I think, would be competitive. 2 good boxers. Yeah, I'd like to see that fight. Bobby Green can look like he's the elite of the elite sometimes. Other times he looks terrible. Can you name a few guys, really young guys, the next generation who have great potential, like Yadong and Geary, both only 23 years old? I don't think Geary's going anywhere, honestly. I know he gets a lot of hype, I guess, because he's Irish. Don't think he's going anywhere. For me, let me look up some guys. But Adriano Yanez, but I'm a little bit off that now. I'm a little bit off that now after his last fight. But let me take a look at some of these guys. I gotta pull up the MMA rankings real quick and give you some guys way, way down the rankings. Some younger guys. Because it's hard to remember all these guys, honestly. Let's take a look at lightweight. I'm trying to remember some of these young guys. Let's see. Nope, old. I can't remember these ages. There's one guy. Who is he? Let me find him real quick. That I don't know his age, but he looks like he could be very impressive. I think he's at middleweight. We look at middleweight. But he's kind of making his way up the ranks. Nasruddin Imanov, or however you pronounce his name. I don't remember. Let's see how old he is, though. I don't know how old he is. Yeah, he's only 26. So Nasruddin Imanov, I don't know if that's exactly how you say his name. He looked very good in his last fight against Edmund Shabazian. Very good. I think he looked very, very good in his last fight. He's 26 years old. He's kind of up and coming. Other than that, middleweight is an absolute disaster. I think, and I'm wondering after this most recent fight, maybe Jamal Hill. I don't know how old Jamal Hill is. Let's take a look real quick. Jamal Hill's 30. I don't consider that young. It's now or never for him, or, relatively soon. Mauricio Shogun Hua? No. There's a couple names, and I just can't think of them off the top of my head. It's hard. There's someone at featherweight, maybe? Let's take a look at featherweight. Let's see how old he is. Ilia Topuria, 24 years old, born in 97. On a big win streak. I think he's undefeated at this point in time. He's got a big fight coming up against Mosar Ivalov, if that is how you pronounce his name, who's also another guy who I think is up and coming, who's 27. So either one of that guy, Ilia Topuria or Muzvar Ivalov. I don't remember how to pronounce his name exactly, but you get the point. Those are 2 guys in the featherweight division that I think may very well be the future of the division. Maybe a hot take, but I think Usman is better than Khabib. In terms of GOAT status, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's a hot take. I think you're right. Chicks get away with that crap and everything. Islam will be the champion by late to mid 2022 and stay champ for years. We will see. If Khabib wanted to be undisputed GOAT, he would have fought longer, but it's something special. 29-0. Who's the pink guy on your shirt? It's Patrick Star from SpongeBob. Gregor versus Chandler. I could see Chandler knocking out Gregor in the first round. I agree. King Ramses return the slab. Does Charles Oliveira not look eerily similar to King Ramses? Return the slab. Magny versus Kevin Holland is the fight to make. Supposedly Nick Diaz and Kevin Holland was in the works. People were saying. I don't think that's true. Do you still think James Gallagher's a bum, Lamau? His last fight was weird because his opponent's way over the weight limit. I think James Gallagher's a bum. I think he gets too much credit just because he has an Irish accent. That's the sad reality of the situation. If a guy even remotely talks good and he's from Ireland, has an accent, it's like people for some reason gravitate to him. I don't think he's good at all. I think a lot of fighters know that he gets more credit than he deserves. Obviously, he has some skills. You know, I'm just sitting here, you know, on the camera saying that some guy's a bum, but you know, he obviously has skills, but he can't compete with elite competition. KS Williams versus the Leech is a good one. That's happening. Jamal Hill versus Johnny Walker, I would absolutely love. For me personally, in the discussion of GOAT status, I look at rivals, storylines, etc. If Khabib became champion earlier, the immense hype for Conor versus Khabib wouldn't be there. Yeah, I don't think storylines matter though, in my opinion. Jung Da-un versus Walker Span. They have a fight against each other upcoming. Brady versus Hamzat. I would love Brady versus Hamzat. Therefore, for me, it's okay if Khabib got less title fights. But the fights he fought were fantastic. Action Man versus Shabazian. Sure, I thought they were targeting Chaos Williams versus Kevin Holland. Maybe I'm wrong. That'd be great. Ireland versus Russian. Imanov versus Gastelum. Damn, Gastelum getting some tough-ass fights, huh? That's what you guys want for him? That's a tough fight. A very, very tough fight. Okay, before I leave, let's get to the rest of the fights. Who are you guys taking in the Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibbio fight? Are you picking? We're going to go through the entire 269. Jeff Neal, Santiago. I have no idea if I'm going to spell his last name right, so let me go copy it real quick. All right, guys, go vote in the poll. Who are you picking to win? I'm going Santiago Ponzinibbio, but I could see this fight going either way. I think this is the toughest fight to pick on the card. I think Jeff Neal's super technical, but Ponzinibbio a little bit more aggressive, more power. But also I worry about Ponzinibbio's chin after that Li Jingliang KO. So let me know. Vote in the poll, guys. Vote in the poll. Let me see who you guys are picking. Also, if you guys have not liked the stream already, go like the stream. Also, this is for you, Meriden Heights. This is for you. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, we have a members-only Discord where we'll be messaging live during UFC 269. We also have loyalty badges as well as custom emojis. If you want to join, the link is in the description. It's only a couple dollars. It supports the channel. I also post a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff, what videos I'm working on, equipment that I bought. I posted a picture of my stream deck that I have here that I recently bought. Obviously, you can cancel at any time. And once you become a member, even for 1 month, you will always have access to the members-only Discord. And I'm going to be constantly adding benefits to it. And I'm thinking maybe the next big card, I might do a shout-out, like put a little message on there for thank you to all the members and individually name them. It's kind of weird because some people have weird names on there. But I'm thinking about doing that for the next like big fight card prediction video. But the link is in the description if you want to become a member. And thank you to you guys who are already a member. To be honest, I just want somebody to sign up so I can see the gift that pops up. It's my favorite gift for any of the alerts that pop up. If you guys haven't, vote in the poll. Jeff Neal, Santiago Ponzinibbio. It looks like most of you guys are picking Jeff Neal. 62% have voted for Jeff Neal so far. Okay, now it's starting to even up a little bit. Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. What's next for March fight cards are already looking good. Yes, I can't wait to see them fully announced. I'm thinking maybe they announce a big fight added to 270 in the coming pay-per-view, UFC 269. Did that pop up on screen? I missed it. Did that pop up on screen? Thank you for being a member, Mr. Blacksmith of White Run. Thank you so much. Yeah, and also a member perk. You get a free super chat every single month that you're a member. So thank you so much, Blacksmith of White Run. I hope you're enjoying the membership. If you have Discord, join the members only Discord chat. I posted the link in the community tab for the members. We'll be discussing UFC 269 live on Fight Night. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. What's next for Askar? I thought he would fight for the title by now. He's acting like a 125 pounds to beat. I don't know, man. He was supposed to fight Alex Perez, and that was supposed to be the #1 contender fight. But then everything with the flyweight division just got tossed upside down. And it's one of those things where I don't know where he fits in now. Maybe if Alex Perez wins, maybe if Alex Perez wins, they rebook that fight. Or maybe they do Askarov versus Alexander Pantoja for the #1 contender. What's weird is somebody told me recently, and I didn't realize that Askarov is deaf. Or partially deaf. McGregor at 190 pounds. Maybe he's boxing versus... Yeah. I seen he was saying that he was really big. I don't know them. Don't want to click randomly. Yeah. Don't click. If you don't know him, don't click randomly. Going to have that 6-month badge at the end of January. That 6-month badge is nice, but the 12-month badge is the best one, I think. Eventually, for you, French Fry, I'm going to have to get the 24-month badge made. Don't really be on Discord like that. Yeah, I never even used Discord until recently, and I actually really like it. It's awesome for the community. Maybe one day you will make a Discord, and you can be part of the Discord family. Maybe Alexander Pantoja will fight Askar. Yep, I said that, but he might hold out. Yeah, one of those guys, I mean, Pantoja has 2 wins over Brandon Moreno. I bet you he's chomping at the bit to get that title fight. I mean, 2 wins over the current champion. I'd be so confident right now. Okay, it looks like 58% has swayed their way over to Santiago Ponzinibbio. I'm going to end that poll, so you guys are with me on that pick. I always wonder, like, when I do a prediction video and post it, guys, do any of you guys watch the prediction video and maybe change your mind based on my pick? I've always wondered that, if I'm influencing anyone's opinion. Let's go for the next fight. This one's going to be hilarious. Will win the co-main of UFC 269. All right, guys. Go vote in this one. Who do you think wins this fight? Julianna Pena or Amanda Nunes? Do me a favor and go vote in that poll. Who do you guys pick? Why didn't the poll pop up? Oh, there it is. If Figueroa wins, the division is really going to be held up, and Pantoja is going to have to fight. Yeah, Figueroa wins, I think we get a 4th fight between those guys. You know, we're already getting the trilogy. You do influence my opinions. I was curious, you know, I know there's probably somebody. I try to give my best takes, and I'm not trying to be biased and say, oh, because I like this guy, I think he's going to win. I generally pick who's going to win. Your opinion does sometimes change my mind. For example, Aldo versus Font. So you originally had Font and changed to Aldo? I just thought Aldo was better everywhere, and Font just doesn't have... He doesn't use a lot of techniques. I mean, he has great boxing, but the main strength of his is that jab. Plus, his takedown defense is awful. And, you know, he's able to be controlled on his back. And we've seen that come to fruition in the fight. I'm not saying you have to have great picks to know what you're talking about. But for me, my picks this year have been absolutely insane. For main events, I've been 28-11, I believe it is. It's in the description of my my prediction for Oliveira versus Poirier. 28-11 in main events this year, and I think it's 13-4 or 13-5 for title fights. Let me pull it up real quick, and I'll tell you officially. Let me take a look. And my Oliveira Poirier prediction video is doing pretty well. Let's go look at the details. I have it in the description. I always try to put, I'm 28-11 in main event predictions and 13-5 in UFC title fights. And one of those title fights that I picked wrong is Piotr Jan versus Aljamain Sterling 1. So I've been really just perfect, like not perfect, but really good on my picks this year. Your opinion? Okay. I thought Aldo was going to gas out. Yeah, I thought that Aldo could, but I just thought that, I just really thought that he can, if he can dictate the pace. I remember saying that in the prediction video. If he can dictate the pace, then he'll be fine. And he got tired in that 4th or 5th round, but he won the 4th or 5th round. He was able to have enough where he wasn't completely gassed. He was very tired in that 5th round. And he just laid on top of Font. Had he had energy, I think he would have finished him. But he looked good. Our tails are usually the same, but I wasn't letting you change my mind on Glover over Yan. I tried to tell you. Well, you got me beat on that one. Glover just dominated him too. Are those just from when you started the channel or the whole year? It's the whole year. So technically you have to take my word on some of those picks. But I mean, why would I lie? I've told you guys ones I've gotten wrong. I told you ones that I've gotten right. I went through the entire list and told you which ones that I've gotten right and wrong, but they're for the entire of 2021. We can actually look through it real quick. Well, that's what we'll do before we end the live stream. Great record, proud. Joey, proud of the boy, I think you meant to say. So let's see. List of UFC events. We've gone through this before. So if you've really been here before, you'll be able to tell if I'm lying. Because I've gone through my entire pick record for the year. And basically, how would I know which I picked now? It's probably been 6 months since these fights. So let's go January 2021. So technically they would be inconsistent from the last time because how would I know which ones I got wrong? And also you'll be able to follow along with my record. Valentina took Nunes 5 rounds and I think that she may have won 3 out of 5. Yeah, I think Valentina could have won those fights. So we're going to quickly go through my entire 2021 record. Holloway versus Cater was the first fight. I picked Holloway. Don't remember what I had him winning by. Chiesa versus Magny. I had Chiesa, so I got that one right. Poirier versus McGregor 2 at UFC 257. I had McGregor in that one. Got that wrong. Overeem versus Volkov. I had Volkov in that one. Got that right. Usman versus Burns. I wanted to pick Burns so badly, but I picked Usman. Blades versus Lewis. I picked Blades. Got it wrong. Lewis absolutely just destroyed him. Rosenstrike versus Gane. I picked Gane. Blachowicz versus Adesanya. I picked Blachowicz. I wish I would have had a channel for that one. I wish I would have had, proof of that one because I know a lot of people were picking Adesanya. Edwards versus Muhammad doesn't count. It's a no contest. Brunson versus Holland. I picked Brunson. Ngannou versus Miocic. I picked Ngannou. Vettori versus Holland. That was an easy prediction to make. I picked Vettori. Whitaker versus Gastelum. I picked Whitaker. Usman versus Masvidal 2. I picked Usman. And I started my channel right after Miocic versus Ngannou 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fights. You'll have to take my word for. Reyes versus Prohaska. I picked Prohaska. Rodriguez versus Watterson. I think I picked Rodriguez. Yeah, I did pick Rodriguez. Oliveira versus Chandler. I picked Oliveira. Font versus Garbrandt. I picked Garbrandt. Rosenstrike versus Sakai. I picked Rosenstrike. Adesanya Vettori 2. I picked Adesanya. Korean Zombie versus Dan Iga. I picked Iga. Gane versus Volkov. Picked Gane. Poirier versus McGregor 3. I picked Poirier. Makhachev versus Moises. I picked Makhachev. Sandhagen versus Dillashaw. I picked Sandhagen. Got that one wrong. Hall versus Strickland. I picked Hall. Got that one terribly wrong. Lewis versus Gane. I picked Gane in that one. Cannonier versus Gastelum. I picked Gastelum, and I think Gastelum could have arguably won that fight. Barboza versus Chikadze. I picked Barboza. Got that one wrong. Brunson versus Till. I picked Brunson. Got that one perfectly correct. Went down exactly how I thought it would be. Smith versus Spann. I picked Smith. Volkanovski versus Ortega. I picked Volkanovski. Santos versus Walker. Picked Santos. Dern versus Rodriguez. Picked Dern. Got that one wrong. Lod versus Dumont. I picked Dumont. Got that one right. Terrible fight. Worst fight of the year probably. Costa versus Vittori. I picked Costa, got that one wrong. Blachowicz versus Teixeira. I picked Blachowicz, got that one wrong. Damn, so that was 2 fights in a row I got wrong. Usman versus Covington 2. I picked Usman. Holloway versus Rodriguez. I picked Holloway. Vieira versus Tate. I picked Vieira. Got that right. A lot of people were picking Tate. And Aldo versus Font. I picked Aldo. Got that one right. So I'm on a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on a 4-fight main event winning streak right now. But they're all my picks for 2021. I don't know. You know, that's the best I can do. And, you know, you can quiz me next year and I can see if I can remember them, but I should be able to, and see if I'm lying about those 10 to 12 picks that were before the channel started. But I keep track of my picks anyway. I've been keeping track of them for literally years, just to see, you know, how I did versus, you know, certain things. So let me X out a list of events. I don't need that anymore. List of events. Let me kick that out. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. Guys, if anyone's watching this live stream who's not subscribed, go subscribe to the channel. I skipped a few title fights that were co-main events. What do you mean you skipped them? You mean I skipped them? I didn't go over them? Yeah, I was just looking at a list and it was just naming the main event. So, 2 of my championship picks that were wrong. I picked Whaley both times. I picked Yan both times. What other title fights did I get wrong? Because I got 5 wrong. So 2 for Whaley, 1 for Yan, 1 for Glover. Got that wrong. Picked Yan. Yan Blachowicz. And I don't remember the 5th one. I skipped a few. Okay, who wins Paul versus Woodley? I got Paul by TKO. I don't know, man. I hope they both simultaneously knock each other out, to be honest. I really do. I really, 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 really do. The MMA media is just going to just pump that for every click they can get. I'm in a chat on Instagram full of random MMA fans that make picks every week for fun, no money involved. That sounds awesome, man. Sean, do you have a Discord? Have you ever been on Discord? You've been a loyal subscriber to the channel. Maybe I'll send you the invite link. Give out a rare members only Discord link. Because it's going to be all. I can't wait for UFC 2. That's why I've been talking about it in the videos, because it's going to be a lot of fun discussing the fights live on Saturday in that Discord chat. I'm going to have reacting to them in real time before I come on the live stream. Let me do one last poll just to make sure. I already know how I'm probably going to do it. How should I do a UFC 269 post-fight? All right, live stream. I'm putting a poll. I'm already pretty sure. Brandon Moreno that I got wrong. Yep, I picked Brandon Moreno to lose. I picked Davison Figueroa to beat Brandon Moreno. Thank you, Fit French Fries. You remember that from the last time I went over that. I already pretty much know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to put a poll. How do you want the UFC 269 post-fight? Live stream or regular YouTube video? I think Fury backed out due to pressure. His father and Tyson did so much talking for him. I think he folded to it. Supposedly he broke a rib, man. I have no idea. I have no clue what's actually going on. And this has been a really, really long live stream. We're almost 2 hours in right now. We're almost 2 hours in. Yeah, so it looks like most of you want to live stream immediately afterwards. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. We're going to get ready to end this live stream in the next few minutes. So if you haven't liked it already, like it. If you have any questions, post some questions in the chat right now. We'll get to them before we end the video. I'll be live streaming Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll also be doing a post-fight for UFC 269. It looks like everyone enjoys the live show for UFC 269. I know they've been very, very popular. It seems like we get about 80 to 100 people in the live stream post fights for the big card. I'm watching the fight at BW this weekend, so I'll kind of be late coming to the live stream. No big deal, man. You can always watch it after the fact, too. You can always watch it after the fact. So it'll be up there. But enjoy, man. Enjoy. I mean, I used to watch a lot of the fights at Buffalo Wild Wings. When I first started getting into it, it was like, hey, I'm not going to pay $70 to watch this pay-per-view. I'm going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. You know what I did not do yet? We went through the entire UFC 269, and I did not put a poll up for the main event. Apparently, Amanda Nunes said she took Pena fight because she wanted to face new talent. Okay, that's fine by me. Whatever. Okay, so it looks like everyone wants that. Let's get to the main event real quick before we end the stream. Maybe I did too many polls. It won't let me do another poll. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about the main event. Who will win the... Oh, no. What did I do here? I opened up some weird thing. 269 main event. I have bought more pay-per-views this year than I have in the last 3. I buy every single pay-per-view, Sean. I don't like to leave my house if I don't have to. So I just buy every single pay-per-view. My goal when I started this channel, my dream goal was to make enough money each month to at least be able to cover the pay-per-view. And every month since I've been monetized, I've been able to do that. Thank you guys. So essentially, you guys have been helping me pay for the pay-per-views. I just order every single one. I just rather just sit in the comfort of my own home watching on my 77-inch OLED than to go out and just be out there in public watching the event. And sometimes there's a lot of annoying people. They do play the events at the movie theater sometimes, and I've always been curious about going to that. All right, let's do a poll for the main event real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here. It's been a very long live stream. All right, guys, vote. Who are you picking in the main event of UFC 269? Now all we need is you to start streaming during the pay-per-views. Imagine if I could stream with the pay-per-view on like half the screen. That'd be awesome. This has been the most my nose have itched during any live stream ever. What would it take for you to shave your mustache and beard before your next live show? I'd consider doing it for $100 donation. I mean, this beard and mustache grows back in literally like 4 days. So I used to shave it all the way off. Probably at least like 5 times a year and just completely shave it off. But now it's like my trademark. You guys have never even seen me without it. So $100 donation, I'll probably just shave it all off, pitties. Now, yeah, dude, I streamed during UFC 268. I'm not UFC 268, UFC 267. It was awesome. It was awesome. But it's just, I love watching it on my big screen, and it's such a pain in the ass. I've considered moving my stuff down there. If that's a funny question, man. But moving it down there would be almost, it wouldn't be impossible, but it would be such a pain in the ass. You got to shave it off on the stream. That's hilarious. I got to move the microphone, the lighting, the audio interface, the capture card, all this stuff. I got so much stuff here, the laptop. And then to move it back would be so annoying. And then on top of that, I have a new puppy who's running around downstairs. My fiance watches the pay-per-views with me. When I'm up here streaming, she's usually watching the events. She's not as a hardcore fan like me, but she watches pretty much every event along, with me if I'm not up here streaming it. So then it just becomes just a massive pain in the ass. I don't have a table down there that can support all this stuff. 2 lights, an audio interface, a stream deck, a laptop, a camera. And then on top of that, I got to figure out a way to plug it all in. So I got to run an extension cord with a surge protector with like 12 plugs on it, which is actually command stripped to my desk. So it's just impossible. If I ever stream big events, I'm going to have to rearrange this office and get a big screen TV in this office. Because I just hate watching the big events on my laptop. Eventually, that's what I want to do anyway. At least get like a 55-inch in here and find a way, even if maybe I'm exactly. See, French fries, you're thinking the same as me. I need an OLED in the office. That's why I need your guys' super chat donations. I need the super chat donations so I can get an OLED in the office. I set up a PayPal account now so I can add it to Streamlabs and get alerts, and I can do the donation goal. I need a 55-inch OLED. And then maybe I'm trying to think. Maybe I could set up a different camera angle and I could watch the fights. I can mount a TV right here. I also have, or that Samsung. I'm trying to think what you're talking about. Maybe we talked about TV, but I also have a 50-inch Samsung, but it's just an older TV that's just sitting in my spare room right now, not set up. But still, I just like watching it on my big screen TV. But eventually, maybe I could get another camera angle, like a webcam or something, and stream and watch it like this way here, and still have my microphone right here, and I could just run a webcam around. And so you guys could actually get two angles if you want it. The G9 monitor. Yeah, I don't know if that would still be as good. I mean, you've seen, I posted my setup on the members only, man. You've seen, it's the picture quality on that Samsung OLED is just incredible. All right, so it looks like 56% of you guys are picking Charles Oliveira. I agree with you guys. Do me a favor. Let me scoot up here. Let me scoot up here. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Go watch all my UFC 269 prediction videos. Join me live on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for my live stream then. Other than that, I thank you guys all for joining me. This was a crazy 2-hour stream. Appreciate every single one of you for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your night.